NFL 2K might just officially be on its way back. Before we get our hopes up, let's pump the brakes because I want to address that we've gotten our hopes up before. There's been a possibility before, but we've always got our hopes crashed. But this time it's starting to seem a little bit more likely just because of recent circumstances that I'm about to break down right now. Now, I've done a 2K video here recently before, well, probably months ago, before it has gotten a lot of traction explaining what was going on with 2K, why we should be on the lookout for 2K, and that they were still coming with their non-simulation game, and what was the holdup. Well, now I got information on a possible return of a simulation game regarding the exclusive license and all of that. And I'm about to break that down to you real quick before we jump into the video. If you're here for the first time or you're returning and you haven't liked or subscribed already, please do so. Click that notification tab so you can stay up to speed with not only 2K content, but Madden content, college football content, anything sports gaming related, pretty much for the most part. So again, if you haven't liked or subscribed already, please do so. Click that notification tab. But without further ado, let's get into it. So months ago, I want to say this was around November, it was announced that EA and the NFL were close to an agreement on the exclusive license again, and it should be happening soon. And it was projected that it would probably happen around December because it marked the 20th anniversary of the exclusive license deal between the NFL and EA. Typically, every time it gets close to the expiration of the exclusive deal, which is normally about a year before the last year on the deal, this is about the time period where they renew the license, which was around November, December. They always have renewed it. And it was announced that they were in good standards and they were going to renew it. Well, we haven't heard anything about a renewal. We're now in March. This was in November that this was announced, and still nothing on a deal. And again, that doesn't mean that a deal's not going to happen, but something is up given the fact that it hasn't been renewed yet, and normally it gets renewed in that time period. And when you factor that in with also EA having their recent earnings call and everything that isn't college football being down across the board, EA is losing money. So now EA is trying to launch things like FC and Madden on the Switch to try to garner extra attention or try to garner extra money elsewhere because they're not getting it from the current platforms, the current state, because people, the community is starting to stand up. And because of that, EA is losing a lot of money because people are fed up with EA. And then you got things like Maximum Football coming out and people trying and experimenting with other games. So it leads me to believe, okay, you were supposed to announce the exclusive license deal being renewed 4 months ago. Now your earnings call comes out and everything is down across the board. And you're scrambling and scraping, trying to find other ways to generate more money because you're losing so much money. That makes me believe that, now again, this is all speculation. I could be wrong. But that leads me to believe that, yeah, 4 months ago, the NFL felt like they were in a good place with EA as far as producing their game is concerned. But now after the earnings and seeing how much money they lost or they're losing, they're starting to rethink and they're starting to question whether or not they should keep the exclusive license with the NFL or open it up for more companies. And 2K has already showed interest in being involved in making an NFL game if the license was no longer exclusive, if it was open. So this could be huge. Again, nothing to get too excited for. But this is the longest we've gone without actually having them renew the license before the deal is up. So it's very possible that we could see another NFL 2K, not just another NFL 2K, but other companies making NFL games here in the near future. If things don't drastically change for EA. Say EA invests and puts a ton of features back in the game that were no longer in the game, and it brings the fan base that left the game back to the game. And then their sales skyrocket. You could possibly see the NFL go ahead and sign that exclusive license with them. But say Madden does a copy paste like they always do and add a feature or two or something to the game that doesn't really move the audience, doesn't really move the consumer. Well, and then the sales go down yet again. What's quite possible, the NFL could say enough is enough. Enough is enough. There needs to be competition. We want to see what games 2K Sports can produce. We want to see what games 989 Sports can produce, which I don't even think is 989 Sports anymore. I think it's like San Diego Studios or something like that. Whoever is the company behind MLB The Show, that was formerly 989 Studios, who made Game Day and Game Breaker back in the day. But you can see these companies jump back into the market in making NFL games if nothing drastically changes for Madden, for EA and Madden to produce a game that generates a lot of money. Because let's face it, Mutt isn't really cutting it anymore. People are really starting to get fed up and they're boycotting the game, and justifiably so, rightfully so, as they should. And this is just an example of what happens when the community comes together and they rise up against the machine. So I'd love to see Madden get back to Madden being what it was back in the early to mid 2000s. But I'd also like to see them continue to flop just so that license can be opened back up, so we can get a 2K, so we can get a Game Day, so we can get an NFL primetime, so we can get an NFL Fever. People forget these games, and sports gaming was at its greatest moment when there was competition and all these games were out. I love to see the license no longer be exclusive and be open to everybody, and see what kind of games get produced when there's competition. But that's my 2 cents. That's all that I have to report to y'all from what I've heard and seen. And y'all leave y'all feedback in the comment section. Let me know how y'all feel. Let me know what y'all think. Again, if you're here for the first time or you're returning and you haven't liked or subscribed already, please do so. Click that notification tab so you can stay up to speed on all the new possible NFL 2K content, all the Madden content, college football, NBA 2K, etc. We'll have it here. So again, I appreciate you all for tuning in. That's been my time. Till next time.